And if I told you that at this precise moment, while you look at this screen, your self of the future is trying to communicate with you through signs that only 1% is prepared to recognize. It is no accident that you are here. This message could be the key that activates your quantum awakening. Before continuing, write "awake" in the comments if you are ready for this transformation. Most people live trapped in an infinite cycle of repetitive thoughts, automatic emotions, and subconscious patterns that prevent them from accessing their true potential. They think that their genes determine their destiny, that their traumas define their future, and that their limitations are permanent. But the most advanced science is revealing something extraordinary. Your DNA is not your destination, it is just a starting point. Every thought you have, every emotion you experience, is literally modifying the expression of your genes, creating new neuronal connections, and altering the quantum field around you. Researchers have documented amazing cases where common people have achieved transformations that challenge everything we thought possible, simply by learning to access and manipulate this field of infinite possibilities. But here is the truth that few dare to recognize. Your body has become addicted to certain emotions and thought patterns. Like a drug, these family emotions, whether stress, concern, fear, or doubt, have become your normal state. Your nervous system has been programmed to search and recreate these same experiences over and over again, keeping you in a limited reality loop. The good news is that, just as your body learned to depend on these emotions, you can learn to tune in with new frequencies of possibility. Cardiac coherence research has shown that when you align your heart and mind in a state of deep gratitude and unconditional love, you literally begin to issue a different electromagnetic field, one that has the power to reorganize matter and attract new possibilities to your life. The problem is that most people are waiting for something external to change to feel different inside. They hope to succeed to feel abundant. They hope to find the perfect couple to feel loved. They expect circumstances to improve to feel in peace. But the true masters of reality have discovered that the process must be exactly the other way around. You must first become energetically into the person you want to be, and then your exterior reality will begin to reflect that new frequency. When you consciously practice high states of being, when you train your body to recognize and maintain these new emotions, you begin to collapse the time between what you want and what you manifest. You are no longer asking since the lack, you are creating from fullness. And this is where the most important decision comes into play. Are you willing to abandon the familiar for the extraordinary? Because this knowledge is not for everyone. In fact, only 1% of the people who listen to this message will be really prepared to make the necessary quantum leap. Not because they lack capacity, but because most will prefer to remain in the comfort of the known rather than venture in the territory of infinite possibilities. But if you have come here, if you feel a deep resonance with these words, it is because your future self is calling you through the quantum field. This is not just information. It is an activation code designed to awaken your sleeping potential. The question is, are you ready to answer this call? If so, like this video to amplify this frequency and subscribe to receive more activation codes that will transform your reality. The moment is now. The reality that you perceive at this time is just a fraction of what is truly possible. Imagine for a moment that your consciousness is like an iceberg. What you experience consciously is only the visible tip, while under the surface there is a vast ocean of unexplored potential. Modern neuroscience is discovering something extraordinary. Your brain processes approximately 400 billion information bits per second, but your conscious mind is only able to record 2,000 bits. This means that at every moment there is a whole universe of possibilities that you are not perceiving, simply because your attention is focused on family patterns, in what is known, in what your analytical mind considers safe. But what would happen if you could access that hidden potential? What would happen if you could tune in to the signs that your higher self, your most evolved version, is constantly sending you through the quantum field? The ancient mystics and sages talked about something that quantum physics is beginning to validate. There is a unified field of information, an infinite possibilities matrix where time is not linear as we perceive it. In this field, your future is not fixed and immutable, but a range of quantum probabilities that fluctuate and change according to your state of consciousness. When you experience déjà vu, when you have inexplicable intuitions, or when you feel a strong certainty about something that has not yet happened, you are not imagining things. You are receiving information from your future self through this field. Research in precognition and psychic phenomena is demonstrating that our brain is able to receive information from the future, literally processing signals that travel back in time. This is not an esoteric concept. It is avant-garde science that is revolutionizing our understanding of consciousness and reality. But here is the challenge. Your nervous system, conditioned by years of limiting programming, is mainly tuned with the frequencies of fear, survival, and separation. It is like a radio that can only tune certain stations, losing a whole range of higher frequencies that are constantly transmitting. When you live in a state of chronic stress, when your mind is constantly projecting concern scenarios and your body is caught in low-frequency emotions, you are creating interference in the communication channel with your higher self. It's like trying to listen to a high-fidelity transmission through a radio full of static. The good news is that you can suffer your nervous system, emphasize your electromagnetic field, and open a clear communication channel with the highest versions of yourself that exist in the quantum field of possibilities. The first step for this transformation is to recognize that every decision you make, every thought you feed, and every emotion that cultivates is literally creating information waves in the quantum field. These waves interact with the signs that your future self is sending, creating constructive or destructive interference patterns. When you learn to maintain high states of consciousness, when you practice cardiac coherence and train your nervous system to sustain frequencies of love, gratitude, and possibility, you begin to create a quantum bridge between your present and your future potential. It is like establishing a direct line of communication with the wisest and most evolved version of yourself. This is not a metaphor. Scientists have measured how the electromagnetic field of the heart, when it is in a state of coherence, can extend several meters beyond the body, interacting with information fields that transcend conventional space and time. Your mind is like a quantum projector that is constantly creating the movie of your reality. Every thought you have is not simply an electrical activity in your brain. It is a wave of information that interacts with the quantum field that surrounds you. Scientists have discovered that a single thought can influence up to 100,000 molecular reactions per second in your body. Imagine the cumulative impact of the approximately 60,000 thoughts you have every day. The question is, how many of those thoughts are really yours, and how many are simply automatic programs running in your mind's software? If you are feeling a deep resonance with these words at this moment, if you feel that something inside you is waking up, it is time to make a powerful statement to the quantum field. Write right now in the comments, "Active my inner power." Like this video to amplify this transformative frequency and activate notifications, because what comes next could be the activation code that you have been waiting for your whole life. Most people live trapped in what we could call a mental matrix, a set of neuronal patterns so deeply rooted that they have become invisible to ordinary consciousness. It's like watching the same movie again and again, but without realizing that you are both the projector and the spectator. Neuroplasticity studies have revealed something amazing. Every time you repeat a thought, you are literally sculpting neuronal grooves in your brain, like rivers that deepen their channels with the constant passage of water. These patterns become your default settings, automatically determining how you interpret and respond to reality. But here is the key to your release. As you have created these neurological patterns through unconscious repetition, you can undo them and create new ones through conscious attention. When you learn to observe your thoughts without identifying them, when you develop the ability to be the witness of your own mind, you begin to activate higher regions of your brain. The frontal lobe, the seat of your executive consciousness, begins to take control over the most primitive emotional centers. It is like an automatic pilot waking and taking the steering wheel of your own mind. This process of awakening is not easy, and that is why only 1% are truly prepared to undertake it. It requires the will to face the discomfort of the unknown, to question each belief and automatic thought that arises in your mind. But the reward is extraordinary. When you break the limiting patterns of your mental matrix, when you learn to consciously direct the projector of your mind, you become the active creator of your reality instead of being a passive spectator. Your brain begins to re-able, creating new neuronal connections that resonate with higher possibilities, and your personal electromagnetic field is synchronized with more powerful manifestation frequencies. There is an invisible field that connects everything that exists, a space of infinite possibilities where matter and energy dance in a perfect choreography. The scientists call it quantum. The mystics knew him as the unified field. This field responds to your consciousness, to your thoughts and emotions, as a perfect mirror. When you understand this, you understand that you are not separated from the universe. You are the universe experiencing yourself. Quantum physics has shown that the observer affects what is observed. This means that your attention, your intention, and your emotional state are constantly interacting with this field of possibilities. Every time you enter a state of cardiac coherence, when you align your mind and heart in high frequencies of love and gratitude, you are literally altering the matrix of reality. It is not magic. It is avant-garde science that is revolutionizing our understanding of the power of consciousness. Imagine that your body is like an antenna that can tune different frequencies in this quantum field. When you live in states of stress, fear, or concern, you are tuned in lower frequencies, limiting the possibilities that you can perceive and manifest. But when you learn to raise your vibratory state, when you maintain sustained states of peace, love, and gratitude, you start accessing potentials that were previously invisible to you. Your heart generates the most powerful electromagnetic field in the body, 5,000 times stronger than that of the brain. When you enter cardiac coherence, this field expands, creating a domino effect in the quantum field. Studies have shown that people who maintain high consciousness states can influence DNA patterns and create measurable changes in their physical reality. The secret is to keep these states enough time for the quantum field to respond. Your emotions are the language with which you communicate with the quantum field. They are not simple chemical reactions in your brain. They are energy signs that program your biology and mold your reality. Most people live trapped in an emotional loop of the past, recreating the same chemical states over and over again. It is as if your body had become addicted to certain emotions, constantly looking for situations that justify these family states. The brain does not distinguish between an emotion generated by a real experience and a created by an intense memory or visualization. Every time you remember a past trauma, your body produces the same chemical substances as if it were happening now. This is the reason why many people remain anchored in their personal history. They are literally reviving their past at the biochemical level, conditioning their body to remain in that emotional state. The true emotional alchemy begins when you learn to generate high states of consciousness regardless of external circumstances. You don't need to wait for something good to happen to feel grateful. You don't need someone to love you to feel love. When you practice these high emotional states, you are literally reprogramming your DNA, creating new neuronal connections, and altering your electromagnetic field. Science has shown that when you maintain sustained states of gratitude, love, and inner peace, your body releases a different chemistry. Stress hormones are replaced by hormones of happiness and well-being. Your immune system is strengthened, your mental clarity increases, and your energy field expands. This is the true transformation. When you change your inner state, your exterior reality must be reorganized to reflect this new frequency. The greatest power you possess is your ability to be present at the present time. It is here, in now, where all the potential of the universe is available. While your mind divagates between the memories of the past and the concerns of the future, you are losing the only reality that exists, this moment. The conscious presence is not just a mental state, it is a portal towards higher dimensions of consciousness. Your analytical mind, trained to find problems and anticipate threats, constantly gets you out of the present moment. It is like a survival program running in the background, consuming your energy and attention. When you learn to observe these mental patterns without identifying them, when you develop the ability to be the silent witness of your own mind, something extraordinary begins to happen. Meditation is not just a relaxation practice. It is a training to awaken your superior consciousness. When you meditate regularly, you are strengthening your frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for conscious attention and high decision-making. This process literally reconfigures your brain, creating new neuronal connections that allow you to maintain higher states of consciousness. In the silence of the presence, when your mind is still and your heart opens, you access a higher intelligence field. Creative solutions flow naturally, synchronicities increase, and your intuition is exacerbated. This is the natural state of your being, present, conscious, and connected to the infinite wisdom of the quantum field. Your body is a living laboratory of chemical and energy transformation. Every thought, every emotion, triggers a waterfall of biological reactions that literally alter your genetic expression. The science of epigenetics has shown that your genes are not your destiny. They are possibilities that are activated or deactivated according to your mental and emotional states. The placebo effect is one of the most powerful evidence of the impact of the mind on biology. When someone takes a sugar pill, believing that it is a medicine, and experiences improvement, it is not the pill that caused change. It was thought, belief, which activated the inner healing power. This same principle applies to every aspect of your life. Your beliefs are constantly programming your biology. Your DNA is not a static structure. It is an antenna that responds to the electromagnetic signals of your thoughts and emotions. Studies have shown that when people maintain high consciousness states, they can influence the formation of their DNA, activating beneficial genes and deactivating potentially harmful genes. This is the true quantum medicine, the ability to heal and transform your body through your consciousness. Each cell of your body is listening to your thoughts. When you live in states of stress and fear, you activate your survival genes, directing your energy towards basic functions and limiting your creative potential. But when you cultivate states of peace, love and gratitude, active regeneration and creativity genes, allowing your body to express its maximum potential. True abundance is not something you attract. It is something that you radiate from inside. Most people live in a state of life imprisonment, always looking for more, always needing something external to feel complete. This state of lack is not only mental, it creates an energy firm that repels the same things you want to attract. It's like trying to attract abundance while emitting the frequency of scarcity. The secret that ancient teachers knew is simple but deep. Abundance is your natural state. When you observe nature, you see that the universe operates from infinite abundance. A single tree can produce thousands of seeds, each with the potential to create an entire forest. Your DNA contains more information than all libraries in the world together. This abundance is not external. It is the very essence of who you are. When you live from deep gratitude, when you recognize and celebrate the abundance that already exists in your life, active codes in your DNA that tune with higher frequencies of manifestation. You are not asking since the lack, you are creating from fullness. This change of perspective literally alters your electromagnetic field, allowing more abundance to flow naturally towards your life. Studies in cardiac coherence have shown that when you maintain sustained states of gratitude and appreciation, your heart emits a coherent electromagnetic field that can be measured several meters beyond your body. This field acts as a magnet, attracting experiences that resonate with your inner state of abundance. It is not magic, it is the quantum physics of the manifestation. Synchronicities are not coincidences. They are messages from the quantum field that confirm your alignment with higher possibilities. When you start living in high states of consciousness, when you keep your cardiac coherence and mental clarity, the universe begins to reorganize to reflect your new frequency. The significant coincidences increase, and you begin to notice patterns and connections that were previously invisible. The universe is constantly sending you signals through numbers, symbols, casual encounters, and synchronous experiences. These signs are like beacons that guide you towards your maximum potential. However, most people are so trapped in their usual mental patterns that overlook these subtle messages. It is like having an internal GPS, but being too distracted to listen to the indications. Your intuition is the bridge between your ordinary consciousness and the superior intelligence of the quantum field. When you learn to trust and follow your hearts, when you pay attention to the subtle signals that appear on your way, you begin to flow in synchrony with the universe. You are not forcing things. You are allowing life to guide you towards your maximum expression. The signs of the universe appear more frequently when you are in a state of opening and receptivity. Gratitude is the master key. When you appreciate the signs you receive, however small, you are communicating to the quantum field that you are ready to receive more guidance. It is a positive feedback cycle that is amplified over time. Love is not just an emotion. It is a frequency of transformation that literally alters the structure of reality at quantum level. When you enter an unconditional state of love, your heart emits a coherent electromagnetic field that can be measured scientifically. This field is 5,000 times more powerful than the field generated by your brain and has the power to influence the matter, heal the body, and transform your reality. Studies have shown that when people maintain sustained states of love and compassion, their DNA is reconfigured, activating beneficial genes and deactivating potentially harmful genes. Love is not just a pleasant feeling. It is a force of biological transformation that has the power to literally reprogram your genetic expression. This is the true alchemy of the heart. When you live from love, not from fear, you access a higher level of creativity and manifestation. Your nervous system relaxes, your mental clarity increases, and your energy field expands. You are not operating since basic survival. You are accessing your higher consciousness centers, where your greatest creative potentials reside. Fear contracts, love expands. When you keep your heart open, even in challenging situations, you are creating a field of coherence that influences not only your own biology, but also in the quantum field that surrounds you. You are literally a transformation beacon, radiating a frequency that has the power to raise collective consciousness. The 1% that is truly ready for this message are not special people. They are individuals who have heard the call of their superior self and have decided to answer. They are those who are willing to abandon the familiar because of the extraordinary, to release their old identities and venture in the territory of infinite possibilities. It is not a matter of capacity, it is a matter of disposition. Real transformation requires courage. It means being willing to feel the discomfort of the unknown, to face your deepest fears, and challenge each limiting belief that you have sustained about yourself. 1% are not those who never feel fear. They are those who advance in spite of it, knowing that on the other side of the comfort zone is its true potential. Every time you choose love about fear, gratitude on the complaint, the possibility of limitation, you are activating codes in your DNA that raise you to a new frequency of being. You are not alone on this trip. Your personal transformation contributes to the evolution of collective consciousness. Every time you rise, create a resonance field that makes it easier for others to do the same. This is your time. If you have come here, if you feel a deep resonance with these words, it is because your future self is calling you through the quantum field. It is no accident that you are here now. Write awake in the comments if you are ready for this transformation trip. Give it like to amplify this frequency and subscribe to receive more activation codes. The moment is now.